Hello friends, welcome back to Wow IAS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 10th of November 2021 and now we are going to discuss 5 MCQs based on the current affairs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. And guys, as you know, daily we upload 5 MCQs based on the current affairs. And the discussion, or you can say the PPT of the discussion, will be available in the PDF format in our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. You can go and join our Telegram channel and download this PDF at free of cost. So this PDF will be helpful in your revision. Okay. Now let's look at the first question. The first question is, consider the following statements. First one, a session of parliament is the period between the first sitting of a house and its prorogation. Second one, the Constitution of India under Article 85 clearly specifies when or how many days parliament should meet. You have to choose the correct option. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. And if you see the first statement, a session of parliament is the period between the first sitting of a house and its prorogation. This is the right statement, because session is nothing but when the parliament, when the parliament, or you can say that when the first sitting of the house began and when the time it ended. This ending is nothing but prorogation. The ending of a day is called adjournment, whereas the ending of a session of a parliament is called prorogation. Okay, so the first statement is right, whereas the second statement, if you see, it is given that the Constitution of India under Article 85 clearly specifies when or for how many days the parliament should meet. This is a wrong statement, because the Constitution did not specify how many days the parliament should meet. It only specified that the gap between two sessions should not be more than 6 months. This is the only thing that the Constitution talks about. So the second statement is wrong and the first statement is right. So A1 only is the correct answer. So you can see the explanation. So recently, the Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs has recommended that the winter session of the Parliament to be held from November 29 to December 23. So that's why this was in news. So Article 85 talks only that there should not be more than 6 months gap between two sessions of Parliament, but not how many days. Okay, and also a session of the Parliament is the period between the first sitting and its prorogation. In practice, the Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs, which comprises of the senior ministers, they decide on the dates of the Parliament sitting, and it is then conveyed to the President, and the President then calls for the session. So this is about this question. Now let's move on to the second question. Second question, consider the following statements regarding Zika virus. First one, the Zika virus infection during pregnancy can cause infants to be born without the microcephaly. Second one, it can be transmitted only through the vector Aedes aegypti. And third one, it has no treatment or vaccine. You have to choose the correct option. A1 and 2, B1 and 3, C2 and 3, and D 1, 2 and 3. So here the correct option is B1 and 3. So Zika virus infection during pregnancy can cause infants to be born without the microcephaly. And second statement, which says it can be transmitted only through the vector Aedes aegypti. This is a wrong statement. This is a wrong statement because it can be transmitted through various other means also. We will see that. And it has no treatment or vaccine. This is also a right statement. So recently there has been the increase of Zika virus cases in Uttar Pradesh, and the doctors have advised that people should avoid all non-essential travels to areas which are reporting the cases. The currently close to about 90 people, including 17 children, have tested positive for the virus from the state. The Zika virus is predominantly transmitted by infected mosquitoes from the Aedes genus, mainly the Aedes aegypti. The Aedes mosquito also spread dengue, chikungunya and yellow fever. Apart from the mosquitoes, an infected person can also spread the virus. The virus was first identified in Uganda in 1947 in the monkeys. Generally, the symptoms include fever, rash, the conjunctivitis, the muscles and joint pain, measles, headache, etc. It lasts for about 2 to 7 days, and it mostly infected the people, and they do not develop any symptoms initially. The Zika virus infection during pregnancy can cause infants to be born without the microcephaly, that means smaller than normal head size, and other congenital malfunctions, you can say, which is known as congenital Zika syndrome. It has no treatment or vaccine. Instead, the focus is on relieving the symptoms, including rest, rehydration, and acetaminophen for the fever and pain. Now let's look at the next question, the third question. The Global Drug Policy Index 2021, sometimes mentioned in media, is released by A. FAO, B. WHO, C. Harm Reduction Consortium, and D. NCB. The correct option is C. Harm Reduction Consortium. Recently, the inaugural Drug Policy Index was released by the Harm Reduction Consortium. It's a data-driven global analysis of drug policies and their implementation, which comes at the time when the Indian government is reviewing its provisions of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act of 1985. The consortium is a global consortium of networks aiming to challenge the global war on drugs, scale up to the access to harm reduction services, and advocate for increased resources for harm reduction. It provides each country with a score and ranking that shows how much the drug policies and their implementation align with the UN principles of human rights, health, and development. The index provides an essential accountability and evaluation mechanism in the field of drug policy. It evaluates the performance of 30 countries covering all regions of the world. India ranks 18 out of the 30 countries. It has an overall score of 46 out of 100. Okay. Now let's look at the fourth question. Consider the following statements regarding the International Civil Aviation Organization. First one, it's a specialized agency of UN, and second one, it is headquartered at Montreal, Canada. You have to choose the correct option, and the correct option is C, both 1 and 2. So recently, India has launched the direct flight between Singapore and Sharjah, operated by the budget airline Go First, which is formerly known as Go Air. Now it is called Go First. And this flight was to operate through Pakistani airspace. However, the flight was denied permission to enter Pakistan, and the flight had to take a longer route to reach its destination. This has raised the concern of Pakistan violating the first freedom of the air. The freedom of air means a country granting airlines of a particular country the privilege to use the and in another country's airspace. The freedom to air rule emanate from the Chicago Convention of 1944. Remember, Chicago Convention of 1944 is related to the freedom of air. The signatories to the convention, they decided to set the rules that would act as fundamental building blocks to the international commercial aviation. If you see this International Civil Aviation Organization, it is a UN body which was established in 1944, and it's laid the foundation for standards and procedures for the peaceful global air navigation. The Convention on International Civil Aviation was signed on 7th December 1944 in Chicago. It established the core principles permitting international transport by air and also led to the creation of ICAO. So one of its objectives is to foster the planning and development of international air transport so as to ensure the safe and orderly growth of international civil aviation throughout the world. India is among the 193 members. It is headquartered in Montreal, Canada. Now let's look at the fifth question. Which of the following kingdoms were associated with the life of Buddha? First one Avanti, second one Gandhara, third one Kosala, fourth one Magadha. You have to choose the correct option. A 1, 2 and 3, B 2 and 4, C 3 and 4, and D 1, 3 and 4. The correct option is C 3 and 4. Gandhara, if you see, it is located near Afghanistan, so this is nowhere related to Buddha. And even Avanti is also not related to Buddha. This is a previous year CSE question of 2014. So back then in 2014, government has launched the scheme with regarding to all the religious places. So that back then, that's why this was in news and the question was asked. Buddha traveled through the towns and villages in the kingdoms of Kosala, Magadha, teaching his philosophy. The other regions he wandered were Vaishali and Vaji. Gandhara is not directly associated with the life of Buddha, as I told already, because Gandhara is somewhere near Afghanistan. During the rule of Ashoka, Gandhara was influenced by the Buddhist culture. That is there. We have the Gandhara school of art also specifically for Buddhism, but Buddha is nowhere associated directly with Gandhara. Avanti was not related to life of Buddha. Buddha belonged to the Shakya clan, whose capital was Kapilavastu and who were later annexed by the growing kingdom of Kosala during the Buddha's lifetime. Right? And guys, before I leave, just a small information. So we provide the summary of all the Vision Mains test series. All the Vision Mains test summary we are providing at only 1199. Okay, so you can check the quality of these summaries from our Telegram channel. This is the time for mains. You have to prepare specifically for mains, and to ease the preparation for you, we are providing these summaries, because this summary you can directly go through entire summary in very less time and also gain the maximum out of it. Okay, so that's it friends from our side. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.